Shall we all rise for the invitation to be led by our past president, Can we play the video of our author?
Hindi ko alam. Nako po. Talaga.
Good day to all. It's our Tuesday live video series, and the question that I will be asking, the topic that we'll be discussing is about opportunities. So, how do you see opportunity? But the question I'm going to ask you is, can knowing your values help you manage your stress? What are the benefits of For sure, all of us have experienced fear, worry, and anxiety. If you're When do we experience it? We're asked to do something new or we're not used to doing. That's my question for today. Okay. Pressure or stress? So when do you experience stress? Probably a job that's a bit too challenging. Nice to be here again, all of you. The topic that I'll be discussing is very applicable to all of us. Are you having difficulty coping up with the challenges that we are facing right now? I am sure you don't.
I think the
Time to communicate with a partner especially. I mean, this applies to everyone, children, coworkers, everyone. However,
So I ask myself, how can I be that light for others despite the darkness I've gone through? And how can my darkness spread light to others? That's all.
Oh, sige.
What I really liked about
To formally introduce our author, may I call on the punong abala for this afternoon's event, the classmate, the colleague and fellow Rotarian of our author, Ms. Maur Pagkaliwagan, a past president of the Rotary Club Pasay EDSA. Good afternoon. Our speaker worked for two international organizations, at Asian Development Bank for 11 and a half years, a senior program assistant, and at World Bank lang naman, for 20 and a half years as HR analyst. After her retirement in October 2019, she found the best opportunity to make positive impact on other people's lives through her service, capitalizing on her own life experiences and life journey and training as a certified life coach. She founded the Dream to Rise Limited Liability Company in September 2020, which aims to coach, inspire, and empower her clients to live the life they love. Being a certified life coach, a published author, and a podcaster help her fulfill her purpose of spreading sunshine, and happiness to people she interacts with, which she hopes to create a ripple effect. She values human connection and knowledge sharing and loves traveling to meet new friends and learn different cultures. She's currently a volunteer mentor to abused and bullied children at the Fairfax Family Services in Virginia, USA. A loving mother to two adult children, Natalia, who recently got married, and Gabrielle, who are now both professionals in their own respective fields. She is a graduate of De La Salle University, where she took up AD Psychology and BSc in Business Management. I purposely saved two of her last best credentials for last. Of course, I am biased. She is an alumna of St. Scholastics College, belonging to that high school 79.
Yay!
And then the second is she joined Rotary Club
Yes.
Pasay EDSA in 2020, an active Rotarian dedicated to service above self. And I am proud to be her sponsor.
Oh, yes.
She's currently the co-chairperson of the International Services Committee of Pasay EDSA. So, ladies and gentlemen, the woman of the hour, the author of My Journey into Becoming. Please welcome life coach Cynthia and Silas Concord.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh my, sit down. No need to stand up. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for the warm introduction. And for those who are here, my friends, my classmates, my co-Rotarians, thank you, PLP Tony, for giving me this opportunity. And also CP Armin and the officers of RCPE. And my LaSalle friends and my Mr. Balderrama, my boss in the Iligan Cement Corporation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, I would like to ask, how many of you have created a dream? I'm sure all of us have created a dream at one point in our lifetime. Could you raise your hand, please? Have you created your dream? Huh? How about you? Yes? Okay. The next question, have you manifested your dream? You have manifested your dream. How does it feel when you have manifested your dream? Huh?
Wonderful.
Wonderful, yes.
Fulfilling.
Fulfilling. How about the others who have manifested their dream? Apple. Fulfilling. Yes? Yes. See the positive energy that you're giving us when you have manifested and you have made your dream a reality. Now, I'm assuming for those who did not raise their hands that you're still at the fantasy world.
No, they're just shy.
They're just shy. Strict parents. No, because based from what I have experienced in my life, what I have observed, there are three things which keeps us from moving forward. And that is probably you are still in the process of manifesting what you want to manifest in life. The second one is probably there's something that's dragging you from moving forward. And the other one is, I give up. There's nothing, I'm not moving forward. I'll just quit. So for those who did not raise their hand, may I ask, what do you think? Look at Ceci, kabaging. What do you think is the major blockage or roadblock? Fear. What do you specifically be? Fear of what? Failure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about the others? Being ridiculed. Being judged by other people, no? How about the others? From this side. Sobrang ko, ano. How about Adi?
Lack of energy.
Lack of energy.
Yeah, you just
What do you think is the reason? I want to give up. There's no motivation for you to move forward. Okay, thank you so much for all your answers. And thank you for being honest. I hope it's really honest. It's true, huh? But thank you so much for being honest. And sorry to say, what you have mentioned are actually excuses. Why? Because we have the power within us to create our own lives. The power within us is greater than the circumstances, the conditions surrounding us. We have the power to create our dream by design, not by default, because by default, we are constricted by the fear, the blockages, a lack of motivation. What is the other fear of being ridiculed,
or fear of failure.
fear of failure. Those are blockages, and we all experience those things. It's normal for us. And actually, I am still blown away that I am now the owner and founder of Dream to Rise LLC. I am now, whose main purpose is really to help those who are struggling with their limiting beliefs and blockages that stop them from moving forward to manifest their dream. And I am now an author. I never imagined myself writing a book because I could only write essays. Mr. Valderrama would always help me. But I don't know why. It is because of my purpose. I want to inspire and empower other people that, hey, there's really a light at the end of the tunnel. And now I created my Dream to Rise podcast last May because I want to share the stories of other people who came from their trauma, they reached their rock bottom, they were able to rise up, and then evolve, and now progressing. Actually, my guest speakers are all life coaches. Most of them are life coaches, health coaches, motivational speakers. And I can't believe I was able to do that. And I was able to create this inner circle, Dream to Rise inner circle, the mastermind. It's a mastermind group wherein it's a collection of individuals who are able to help each other. It's like a flashlight. We cannot turn on a flashlight with only one battery. It needs a series of batteries to turn on the light. Just like the mastermind group, the life experiences of a 65-year-old, 65-year-old pa ba? 65-year-old. Younger yun, younger. A 65-year-old individual, and then combined to a 35-year-old, and then probably a 75-year-old individual. Dito ko na ha. When we combine them together, there's a light that comes up because we learn from each other. Most of the time, when we always look at our binoculars, we focus on what we want, but we forget about what is beside us, what's happening around us. It's all about us. So I am blown away by the fact that I was also in that dark bubble. I was in my rock bottom. Why? Because of fear. That was also the cause of me facing all those challenges, the fear that I had. I'll share with you my story. I've been married for 23 years. And we've been blessed with two, as what Maur had mentioned, two beautiful children. I love them so much. Natalia is 31 and she is now married and about to give birth next month. So I'll be a grandma. Another blessing. Yes. And then my son is 26 years old. I have been subjected to domestic abuse. And it started when my daughter was only 5 months old while we were, well, living here, no, still in the Philippines. So I convinced my husband to move, to migrate to the US. And because of better opportunities for our children and also to work on our relationship. We only see each other, he's a veterinarian, we only see each other on weekends, but unfortunately, we always end up arguing and fighting. So when we got here, when we moved to the US, it turned out to be the other way. He was on 2 restraining orders. The first one, I initiated the call because he hit me while I was driving. And when I saw some firefighters outside the fire station, I just told him, this is enough. So I had to report, and they called the police officer. But you know what? It was so hard. It was so hard for me to see him being handcuffed by the police officer. It was a culture shock because here during my time, there was no law protecting the abused victims. But when he was given a 72-hour temporary restraining order. And then 11 years after, I thought he would change. 11 years after, he was beating my son continuously. And it was my daughter who initiated the call. And then my son requested for a 2-year permanent restraining order. That was the impact of his behavior to the children, to the whole family. It's like we're walking on eggshells. We don't know what's going to happen. So, but then during that time, I always remind the children, hey, your dad loves you so much. He stopped communicating with me. But for me, it's important that he still has this connection with the children. So I was delighted when they invited him to attend their graduation. College for my daughter, and then high school for my son. That means forgiveness is taking place within the family, and that's what I like. But one afternoon, 4 months after, I received a call. So, hello? Yes, is this Mrs. Cynthia Concordia? Yes, sir. May I know who's calling, please? This is Police Officer Pearson. Oh, yes, sir. What? Is there something wrong? Is there a problem? Would you come over to the hospital at the ER? Why? What happened? Your husband is here at the ER. And then I asked him, can you tell me what happened? How is he? I won't leave this place not until you tell me his status, what's happening. And then he was quiet there was a pause for 15 seconds. But then my heartbeat was beating fast. And then when I asked, and then he said, I asked, is he conscious or unconscious? And he said, unconscious. So I immediately called my daughter, who had a lunch appointment. And I told her that, hey, your dad is at the ER. So we immediately drove to the ER, and we got there both at the same time. And when we approached the reception desk and asked for my husband, and then the ER physician plus the head nurse accompanied us to the family room. And then I asked them, where is my husband? And then they told me, I'm sorry to tell you that we tried reviving your husband, but he died of a massive cardiac arrest. And it was our first time to extend to revive him for another 20 minutes. So could you take me to my husband, please? So they accompanied me to the trauma room. So while I was walking towards the trauma room, the door, I saw a lifeless body lying on a stainless bed with a tube inside his mouth. My heart was beating so fast, and then it's like the whole universe just crashed on my chest. So when I was approaching him, I was talking to God. Lord, why me? Why did you let Paul leave us? I was hoping that we would be back together. Why me? And then as I approached him, I held his hand. I held his face and even gave him a kiss on his forehead. I was crying not because he left us, but because he left us without any resolution, without us resolving our issues, without communication, without forgiving each other. And the worst part was his family blocked us off from their family. Up to now, 8 years. Why? Because they blame me. They blame me for his death. It was hard. I was carrying that baggage. That's why I stayed in my dark bubble for 6 long years. Why? Because of that guilt, the heavy baggage that I was carrying. And I felt guilty that it was me who was the cause of his death. And but one afternoon, I stopped engaging with other people. I stopped going to the gym. I stopped socializing for 6 years. Actually, 2 years during the restraining order, and then 4 years grieving. And why did I stop engaging? Because of fear. Fear that I'll be judged. Fear that I will be rejected. Fear that I was a failure as a mom and as a wife. And I was depressed. I felt that there's no more value in my life. But when one afternoon when my son asked me, Mommy, will I be going to college? And then I asked, it was like a slap on my face. I forgot that I still have a responsibility for my son. I still have to send him to school because I was only thinking about myself. And then when I asked him, where would you like to go to college? And then he said, is it okay to go to Culinary Institute of America? I've heard about that school. Huh? Yes. I've heard about that school because a lot of famous chefs graduated from that school. But when I did my research, I was shocked. I was shocked. I'll share with you how much, not because I'm bragging, but because I manifested my dream. First year was $50,000. Second and third year were $60,000 each. 3 years. Where will I get that money? And I'm a single earner, a single parent. So I tried convincing him, why won't you change your course? Or why won't you change your school? But then we tried visiting other culinary schools. I could see that he was not happy. no match. When we visited the CIA, he was super excited. New York, Hyde Park, New York. So I saw him really excited, full of energy, and visualizing himself already in that school. Along Hudson River, that's where the boarding house is. And I could see his smile was from ear to ear. So I was thinking about uh, what, as a parent, what can I do? The only thing that I can do is to support him, make him realize his dreams as well. So that was the time I created my dream by design, not by default, because by default, a lot of people contradicted my plan, even my mom. That's so expensive. Me, I could cook, but I didn't go to CIA. But I told myself, Mom, this is different. And when I told my son, okay, go apply, even though I didn't have that money. I told him apply, and he got accepted. And you know what? Manifestation started coming in because I believe that I can do it. I believe God will make a way for me. And it was only God, yes, it was only God who gave me that strength and hope. So what were the manifestations? I've been applying for an analyst position at the World Bank. It's so hard to break the glass ceiling at the World Bank. And I've been volunteering, helping, shadowing specialists to really learn about the requirements of being an analyst. And then during that time, HR offered a GE readiness program. GE is the level of the analyst, and I was on a GD level. And then I applied because I've been applying, and it was a very competitive process. So out of 857 plus who applied worldwide, well, because it's worldwide, 25 was declared GE ready. You know what? I was one of them. I was one of them. And one afternoon, an HR assistant called me asking for my availability for an interview. So I immediately accepted and I made myself available because I've been applying. And then I told her, you know what? I can't seem to remember applying for this position. And then she said, we never advertised this in the job board. We got 6 candidates to be interviewed from the 25. And another manifestation, I got the position. Wow. So I got promoted. And not only that, usually the increase from one level to another is 5 to 8%. Really, God really provided. He gave me 18%. Wow. See, that is the manifestation. Yes, CIM. It was God's plan because I really prayed for that. Lord, if this is really meant for my son, you will make a way. And he even sent me people to connect with me, gave me advice. Cynthia, why won't you downsize? Because at the bank, I usually initiate this brown bag lunches. So that's part of training. And then I invited her to give a talk about retirement, how to prepare for retirement. And she's from Wells Fargo. So then she suggested, Cynthia, your children they no longer live with you. Why won't you downsize? I listened, and then I sold my 3-bedroom townhouse and moved to a 1-bedroom condo. For me, it's being practical. Again, the savings I've had, the 50% savings for my mortgage is allocated for my son's tuition. And then someone advised me, Cynthia, why won't you apply for grants and scholarships? I didn't know about that because employees of international organizations, we don't have that benefit. But I'm glad my son was already a U.S. citizen. So instead of paying 50,000 for his first year's tuition, I only paid for 11,000. See, that was what I was sharing to all. If you believe and the Lord is there for you, He will make a way if there seems to be no way. And I will share with you what they have done. After Gabriel graduated from CIA, just I 1761. So when he graduated from CIA, this was the time when he graduated. And then after that, the next one, okay. And then the next one, he worked for 2-3 Michelin star restaurants. I don't know if you know Jose Andres. He worked at Minibar with Jose Andres. And then he also worked for Dan Barbers at Blue Hill at Stone Barns. Dan Barbers was the one who first conceptualized farm to table. And he got inspired when he worked for Blue Hill at Stone Barns. That's also in New York. And then he went to Tulum, Mexico. So this is at Heartwood in Tulum, Mexico, and with the staff. And then at Willows Ford, after that, he went to Willows Ford Farm, Ashburn. Because during the pandemic, he also went to Australia. I was not able to get some pictures. But I asked him to come back because I was scared. I might not be able to see him because of the pandemic. So he became a farmer. And when I asked him, how does it feel becoming a farmer? Because it cuts so much from your paycheck. And then he said, Mom, it's a different exposure for me. I was surprised with his positive response. I took up applied food studies, and for me, I need background on agriculture. So he did the farming, planted seed, harvested, and then packed them as well. And what he did was he initiated activities or events to help or educate the children about basic farming and food systems. And this is what he was, when he left the company, the children were so sad. And then he also taught the parents, especially the moms, how to prepare dishes from the local produce harvested from the farm. So what was he doing? He was trying to connect the community and the farm, how they could benefit each other. And now he's promoting, advocating sustainability in the food industry. And then now he moved to Vermont. He is a sous chef at the Grange restaurant at Hill Farm in Vermont. So there are only 3 chefs. So the executive chef, him, the sous chef, and another one. Both of them, the executive chef and Gabriel, worked for Blue Hill at Stone Barns. That's why whatever harvest that they get from the farm, they create dishes to be served in that restaurant. So I will share with you what were the opportunities he got. He he was able to work with Chef Sarah Glover. He's a well-known chef in Tasmania, Australia. He tried connecting with her, and she never responded. But when he learned that she moved to Florida, he connected with her, and because there was an event, a workshop, she's more into open fire cooking. So when she responded, he said, "I would like to help you with your event." So she accepted. So it was a free training for him. And then later on, she invited him to help her uh, to the catering of a celebrity in New York City. And this was taken and then featured in a Vogue magazine. So it's another opportunity for him. And he was also included in the 2021 Global Pinoy Award. Yes, CP Armin. It was CP Armin. No? That was the first program, the Global Pinoy Award we've had, 2021. And then another opportunity came in. He was included in the Battle of the Brothers Challenge, which was featured in the Discovery Plus and Food Network. There were 8 chefs, and then it was a great experience for him as well. See, if I did not go out of my comfort zone, this will not have happened. And for the next one, my daughter, she's a project manager in one of the government contractors in Washington, in DC. But then she's a volunteer firefighter, turning 8 years now. Why? Because it was the volunteer firefighter who helped revive her dad when he collapsed along Prince William Parkway. So for her, it's something to give back, saving lives now. And my children there. And then the next one, it's my son-in-law. They got married. So there's an addition in the family, and now she's due for next month. So what have I learned from my journey? I've become stronger. I became stronger. I was more creative, resilient, more resourceful, and I could say more compassionate, more sensitive to the needs of others. And now I am committed to inspire and empower other people that, hey, there's truly a light at the end of the tunnel. Now I am committed that to help others to live their dream and be the best version of themselves. Now I am committed to help educate others that they can truly create the life they love, as long as they believe, as long as they are consistent, as long as they believe in God. So, again, as what I've mentioned, this won't happen if I just stayed in my dark bubble. I was able to transform myself from being a warrior to a light warrior. Meaning to say, now I could see that I'm spreading light, sharing that light so others may benefit. Most of us would say, I only have a 10-watt bulb. Excuse me, that 10-watt bulb still has a spark, and that's your gift, and that's your talent. How can you turn that 10-watt bulb to 100-watt bulb? Face your fears. Believe in yourself. And then discover your purpose. Because once you discover your purpose, nothing would go wrong. And that's the main reason
why I, I volunteered as well at the Rotary Club Pasay EDSA on top of my coaching, on top of my podcast, on top of my inner circle. I've decided to join the Rotary Club Pasay EDSA because I know my purpose is there and we are aligned, and it's more on serving others. And as what was mentioned by Maur, I'm also volunteering as a mentor to a mentee who's she's a 10-year-old girl from Iran. And she was also abused by her dad, plus the mom. So I'm helping the mom as well. So let your 100-watt bulb, don't let it stay, in a dark room. Let it stay, or position it on a lamppost. So those who are traveling in the dark may be guided towards their destination. And that is their dream. We should be sensitive to others' needs as well. Okay, now a bonus. Because most of the answers which you've shared is about, it all boils down to fear. I will give you my 4 simple steps on how to overcome fear. First, feel it. I'm using the acronym, feel it. Fear is, it's like a survival instinct. It's a warning that tells us that there's something wrong coming up, and it protects us from facing that problem. Why do we experience fear? It is because we don't want to experience pain, right? Because of what happened in the past. But you know what? The good news is fear is transient. It's transient. According to research, emotions could only last for 90 seconds. So when you experience fear, especially if there's no existential threat, just acknowledge it, feel it. Don't push away your fear, because the more you push away your fear, the more it overpowers you. So feel it, acknowledge it, and observe how it feels. The second one is embrace your fear as a partner. Let your fear stay at the passenger side while you are still in control of your steering wheel, driving towards your destination. And that is your dream. Your fear will be there to give you a push, to make you uncomfortable. Because when you're uncomfortable, that means you're being challenged. When you're being challenged, that means you're going out of your comfort zone and you're learning something new. And that's when you are growing and thriving. Remember, opportunities are actually at the borderline of your comfort zone. The third one is act on it. Aristotle believed that the best cure for fear is being courageous. Take that leap of faith. Take that risk of jumping in for you to chase your dreams. Because no matter how many self-development books you read, no matter how many podcasts you listen to, how many, master classes you attend to, if you don't apply what you've learned, it's useless. What is the risk of you taking that uncomfortable action for you to chase your dreams? The risk of not taking action is actually greater than the risk of moving forward. So, how would you see yourself 3 months, 6 months, 12 months from now? Will you be still there in that same situation, or are you already living your dreams? For me, I'd rather jump in than live in regret. Then the fourth one is repeat it. Repeat the process. If you experience fear, feel it, embrace it, act on it, and repeat it. It's like going to the gym. It's not an overnight, you won't see the result overnight. You have to go to the gym every day to build that muscle, to lose weight. So if you experience again that fear, do the steps, no? You will discover that the intensity of fear will diminish. You'll become stronger. And instead of fear overpowering you, it's you now managing your fear. So I challenge each and every one of you, especially those who did not raise their hand. What is the first step? Feel it. The second step? Embrace it. Third step? And then fourth?
Repeat the process.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye. Ay, thank you. Thank you.
And now we must have lots of questions.
Phew.
Stay here. Maybe some seats. May we call on the past president of Rotary Club Pasay EDSA, Jerry Batallones,
No, it's now.
to moderate the question and answer portion.
Thank you. Di ba ikaw?
Okay, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, past president, do I? Here? Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. So it's now time for the question and answer portion. Let's start with the scholasticans. Parehas din ako, yung anak ko kasi sa Saints ko nag-aral. So, who will ask the first question? I'm curious. Okay.
Konting kwento on your journey to becoming a life coach. How did you start becoming a life coach?
Mm-hmm. O, sa akin. No, actually, 2019, when I retired from the World Bank, my intention was to help my sister take care of our mom. But because of COVID, I was not able to travel to Chicago. And during that time, I was even asking my son, what should I do? And then my son was telling me, why won't you just travel? You're free, so enjoy life. But I was going to the gym for 2 months, hanging out with friends and so on. But I felt that there's something lacking. And and he even suggested there's a free online training or online courses offered by Ivy League schools. And I don't want to stress myself with all those classes. I'm already done with all those things. But when I saw this on Facebook about life coaching, I like this. Because even at the World Bank, my supervisors, they would pass by my room, and then they would, with their bags, and then they would chat with me and talk about life, their children. And I enjoy sharing my insights and everything. And then when they leave, now I'm energized. I could now start my day working. So I felt that I am able to help others, even my supervisors, about and sharing my insights. And that's what I value. I value human connection and knowledge sharing. Share what you have learned so others may be able to. They don't need to recreate, no? They can start from where you have I mean, they don't have to wait for 60 years to realize the lessons learned. They could start anytime by sharing what you have experienced. So that was the time when I tried registering, and then I told myself, oh, I like it. And I ended up taking the training, the course. And then after that, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. Huh? That's it. So someone approached me through Facebook, connected with me, and he became my business coach. So I also got a coach because I really need a coach. So he helped me um, uh, do market because I didn't have any marketing and sales skills. But I'm glad I'm using my psychology and thing. So that's it.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
No, it doesn't have to be a question, but a reflection, reaction, or sharing.
Okay.
So from this side naman, babalikan ko kayo. From this side. It's plastic na
Lasal yan. Lasal.
So alam ko magaling dito mga to.
And John, I just want to share that you have really, you're really a different person now
Really?
compared to when you. I mean, she's really a bubbly person.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, before she was very motherly. Now, ibang aura mo ngayon, and we are so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We started with Saints Co, followed by Lasal. Duro naman now from our club. From the Rotary, Rotarian, siguro. AKSB, you start.
Well,
Oh,
first,
sige.
I would like to thank Cynthia for sharing your life.
Thank,
What an awesome, phenomenal life.
thank
You
you.
survived it all.
Yes, thank
You're a
you.
survivor.
Thank
And
you.
actually, that's like a Rotarian.
Oh, yes.
Service above self, but to be
Yeah.
done with your family.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
My question is, throughout all this difficult journey, what was the strongest feeling inside you that kept you going? Aside from your belief in God.
It's my, it's my, actually, it's my purpose, my why. When I discovered my why, that I could be there, be a light for others, that kept me moving. Because my vision is very simple. As what Maur had mentioned, spread sunshine and happiness to the people you meet. Because I want that to create a ripple effect. And I would love to see, people showing kindness, there's peace, showing compassion, and showing love. It's like living in heaven here on earth. And that's what I want to see here. I'm visualizing that. But we have to start from ourselves. If we know how, if you love yourself, because you have to start from loving yourself before you'll be able to love others. That's why I always focus on how are you as an individual. What have you learned? We need to transform ourselves. That's why I'm coaching those people who are still not sure of where they're going.
I have a follow-up question to that. That's
Okay.
Thank you. How do you want to be remembered? What is that one thing that when they say about Cynthia, how do you want to be remembered?
I
What's
want
your
to
legacy?
I want to be remembered that I'm spreading love. My inspiration is what's this? Mother Teresa of Calcutta. She mentioned about it is not how much you give, but it's how much love you put into giving. So for me, it's because love is a very simple word but powerful. And I would like to share that. That's why I mentioned about being a light warrior. Spread your light to others and be there to help and support one another. Because it's not all about material things. It's about how you can impact the lives of other people. Even a smile. Smile may be impactful to a person who is depressed. You don't know that he's depressed, and then that might change his thinking about taking his life. And it's just a simple thing. Or having quality time with your family members, with your children, or having a listening ear to someone who needs someone to listen to his or her problems. It's just a matter of being there, sharing yourself. And that's the reason why I wrote the book, because hopefully this would be a footstep. A footstep on the ground that may be followed by other people. And that's it. It's just the younger generations may be able to see the value of love, spreading love. Yeah. Thank you. Tapos na.
Thank you, AKS. We have another question.
Okay.
Sir,
Ayan nga pala.
I'm from the other school.
Okay. Ateneo.
And I wanted to ask this while my aunt, while Anna was young, pero andyan na, so I'll be careful. Ma'am, in the years that you've mentored and coached, have you noticed or noted any difference? Noted any difference between coaching males and females?
Males and females. Actually, I've coached males and females also. And the males, you know what? I've observed the males are not that open. There's this fear of sharing their emotions. And because they were known to be, macho ako. Dapat ako ang malakas, magbibigay ng lakas sa aking pamilya, sa akin. But then, nakikita ko they are still really, they need help as well. There was a time na meron akong na-coach na hirap na hirap siya. He was going through his third divorce. And then, sabi ko, what is really the main problem? Bakit sunod-sunod, after one divorce and then. And I don't know. It is because I've been providing everything for my family. I'm trying to build an empire for my children and my grandchildren. Pero sabi ko, how's your quality time with your wife? And it's not all about really material things. It's about your time being spent with your family. And actually, he realized that was the problem. Yun ang problema na. But, wala na. Tapos na.
how many more questions can we take?
No more. No more now, so that they could.
Perhaps last two questions.
Okay. Okay.
Rumor Club naman. Ito magaling to. Sir, from you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I was inspired by your story.
Thank
I
you.
was very, si Gigi kanina ko. Pare pag-uwi natin, malakas na loob natin. Yeah? We can talk better now to our wives and express our feelings. No? Anyway, I'd like to congratulate you on your book launch. No?
Thank you.
I read through some of the stories, no? Pa binubuo, no? But I think there is always you've expressed a good points, no? in your life, no, your difficulties, and make it a jumbo point for to provide inspiration to other people, and for that, I would say it's really worth reading it. No? So,
Thank
Nana,
you.
and it's true. We need to reinvent ourselves, no, to be able to serve people in a more in a different way, no, in a more effective way. No. Of course, it's better said than done. No.
Mhm.
It's easier said than done, rather. No. But then, yan. Pero, ano yung mga negative mong mga what are the negative comments you have received
From where?
as you express your thoughts in writing this
Ah,
book?
actually, I've been uh, I've been bashed. Yes. There was one person na who told me, who knows also my husband, and then she told me that this is actually when I started doing my live videos. I was asked by my coach, do a live video and share your story. It was hard. It was hard for me to press the live button because I was scared of what the other family would say. Kasi some of the family members, well, not the parents, my parent-in-laws and the sister-in-laws or brother-in-laws, but the children are still my friends on Facebook. But the others, they have unfriended me, the siblings. But I told myself, anong mangyayari pag itong pinrest ko, maririnig na ng buong mundo. Pero sabi ko, but I continued. And then during our session with my coach, I was crying. Sabi ko, hindi ko alam kung anong mangyayari. But I told myself, ready na lang ako kung ano man yung sabihin sa akin na i-attack ako ng family members. And then there's this one person which I told you, she was telling me, Cynthia, why do you have to share your problems to the world? Because you wrote that book. Hindi ba pang family is family? And then I told her, my intention is to help. Because there's a lot of people who are stuck in the same situation. Takot because of fear. Fear na what would other people would say. Fear that I'll be judged. And our culture, here in the Philippines, is like that, unfortunately. Very judgmental. Kaya sabi ko, how will I be able to inspire others kung ako'y takot pa rin? So, I moved, I continued, I know, kung magsistay ako sa ganong, to that kind of, to those kind of people that would drag you down, I won't be able to move forward. That's why it's important that you surround yourself with people who lift you up, who believes in you, and you're aligned with your dream, your values. Then it's going to be a lot easier for you to move forward. Sometimes yun nga when may toxic environment, toxic people, distance na lang. Distance and move to another group of people. Yes, yun na lang. It's hard, but then mas kailangan mong tingnan yung sarili mo. That's why I always focus on the 4 domains. Health and well-being. That's the basic. Your physical health, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Then the second is, because that will impact the second, love and relationships. If you feel good, you're able to connect well. And then the third domain is your vocation, your purpose. You'll be able to perform better and be able to make an impact on other people's lives. And then after that, the time and money freedom. Given all the time and money, you'll be able to do what you love to be doing. So if you are not sure of your purpose, ask yourself, what would I love to do? What do I love to be, to have, to create, and to give? And that's how you will create your purpose. Discover your purpose. One last.
One last question.
Thank you, STG.
Yes, that's TG.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Uh-huh.
Well, really, it's I heard enough more. It really inspired me, But I know that God gave you this because of a reason.
Yes.
And I think what happened to you happened also to many people.
Yes.
Also a Rotarian, a businesswoman. So being a mother and being a working mother, it's really a trial for us as a woman. Sabi mo nga kanina, tayo mga babae talagang mas malakas pagdating sa mga decision.
Yeah.
And for me, you are still blessed.
Oh, yes.
As I've seen, yung journey, ito na yung journey mo, nagkaroon ka nga ng husband, but it is always, there is a reason.
Yes.
Kasi ako din, nakaraan ko na. But being a woman, because of the dream, as you said, I really got that goal to become into a reality for keeping myself positive.
Yes.
And always God is with us, with me, kasi always I put everything to God.
Yes.
Kaya nga yung faith talaga ang magbibigay sa atin.
Ng strength.
And I never stop on that. So, being a Rotarian, tayo, isa lang naman ang ating advocacy sa buhay. To share what best you receive. At yan siguro, kaya we keep on giving best to others. So, congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Isa pa, meron pang iisa lang.
Hmm.
Minatawagin tayo, please. In front.
Oh, si Marie. Marie is now here.
Or you introduce yourself first.
Uh-huh.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marie. Sorry, ma'am. I was late because I came all the way from Clark, Pampanga.
Oh, I appreciate.
Yeah, and ma'am, this is just she actually told me to record a testimony. Sabi niya, 5 minutes. Marie, sabi ko, ma'am, 5 minutes is not enough. Well, I just really like to share ko, no. I'm one of the, ako po yung isang product ng pagiging life coach niya. So, 2 years ago po, I was actually in the airport lounge. Nasa park po ako. And that was the night, gabi po dito, madaling araw doon. And then, sabi ko, parang malungkot yata. I feel so low po. As in, I am very depressed. And to the point na, ayoko na po. Though may anak po ako, I'm a single disabled parent. Tapos sabi ko, ayoko na makipag-usap sa counselor. Kasi they are being paid to do their job. Always paying 2,000 pesos each time I do session. Pero parang walang nangyayari. And then my friend told me, hanap ka ng life coach. Sabi ko, sige, social media. Then, pagkala ko ng Facebook, yung cellphone ko, ako, parang there is a spark. So, ginawa ko po, ma'am, are you a life coach? Yes. Ma'am, can I talk to you? Ma'am, wala pong hiya-hiya, tinawagan ko. From Clark to US. Tapos, ma'am, ang ginawa ko lang, umiyak lang po ako ng umiyak. What's amazing here is that hindi po ako naging stranger sa kanya. Imagine niyo po, naghanap lang po talaga ako, then inausap niya po ako. Tapos ang una niya pong sinabi, what do you want to do next? Sabi ko, actually po, pina-investigate ko po siya. Kasi po, sorry po kasi being a depressed already in my 30s po. I'm an adopted person. I'm an adopted child. Yung father ko po is an American, hindi ko na po sila kilala. Pero, alam niyo po yun, yung, siguro po I'm longing for a mother figure. So, sabi ko may anak po ako, hindi naman po niya ako maintindihan. So, yung mga tao sa airport nakatingin sa akin, bakit kayo, umiiyak yung babae. Sa kababaan, gagaga siya. Yan. Tapos sabi ko po, sorry po hindi ko po ma-explain, pero kailangan ko talaga umiyak. And then, nakausap ko si Coach Cynthia, yung natural po na nasa bahay, ang ganda-ganda. Darang iya mga to, kasi ang ganda nito. Tapos po, kaya na po umiyak. So, one of the most impacting po na nangyari is, sorry po talaga, pina-investigate ko talaga siya. Nag-discover po ako. No, kasi po, para po talagang alam ko po kung sincere ba itong tao na to. Kasi hindi lang po ako magsasalita sa kanya, ma'am, sir. I-share ko kung saan ako nanggaling. So, parang sabi ko, can I trust this person? So, nung una po, nag-live na siya. May pa-live na si Coach. Sabi ko, naka-dress pa. Just to impress. Ito kasi. Kasi wala po talagang nakaka-notice niya sa live. Kumbaga yung mga kakilala lang po niya, friends. Tapos nung araw-araw, nang nagpo-post na po siya, millennial na si Coach. Nagpo-post na siya. May pa-hashtag na siya. Tapos, nung araw, kasi I'm working as a call center agent po for Metro T-Mobile in the States. So my bosses are from the States po. Mostly po nasa States na rin po, pero I chose to stay. And then my family is in Canada po, the other side. And then, nung time po na, sabi po, depression is real. Akala ko kasi ng iba na, ay hindi, depressed na ako, bukas okay na ako. Kasi po, parang, there's a lot. So, ang naging spark po namin, yung connection is, single mother ako, single mother siya. Domestic violence-wise, parehas po. Yung mga words po na yun, kasi I already read her book po. Sorry po. Spoiler po. Yung word na yun, simple lang po, pero malalim. Kung hindi niyo po napagnaanan sa person, hindi po tayo magpo-connect. So, tinanong ko po sa sarili ko, talaga bang okay kung maging coach ko? Nung sinimula ko na po siyang sundan, hindi ko na po yung follow. Tapos, naging fan na po ako niya. Funny. Kasi talagang araw-araw po, nasa office po ako, dalawa po yung monitor, si Coach Cynthia sa kabila, sama ko po sa kabila. Multitasker po. Sabi, Nicole, hindi ka ba magla-lunch? Sino ba yan? Artista ba yan? Hindi. Ako, sige. Gusto niyo makikita? Tapos, ma'am, naupo na po sila. And then, I found out po, some of my friends already added her. Kasi nanong po ako ng friends ko, kung bakit ang ganda-ganda mo na ngayon. Hindi ka na mukhang sabog, hindi ka na, yung parang I have a sleep, kasi I have insomnia din po. I cannot sleep. Sabi ko, kasi sabi ng life coach ko, kailangan ko daw bumangon. Tapos, sinanong niya po ako, kung sure sabi ko, start, para tumayo ako. And then, syempre po, mahirap po talagang mag-detach sa mga bagay na nakapagpasakit sa atin. We cannot let go of it easily. Hindi po siya yung, sige, mag-sorry ka sa akin, tapos na yun. So, ang ginawa ko po, tinignan ko po kung paano siya nakapag-move on. So, yung sinokya ko. Sabi ko, sige nga, kasi parang ang ganda-ganda naman ni Coach Cynthia. Gusto ko rin maging maganda. Tapos ginawa niya. Tapos po, pinalo ko po talaga. And then, alam niyo po yung nagla-live po siya. Tumitirin na po ako, oh my God, naka-live na yung coach ko. Sabi ko nila, ano ba yan? Artista ba yan? Sabi ko, pero malapit na. Tapos po, nasa po 2 years po kami sa Facebook. Pinakamaganda po sa kanya is, wala po siyang kailan po anong oras na. Basta kailangan mo siya, nandyan siya para sa'yo. Nasa Houston, po yata siya. Nandun daw po yung sister niya. Ako pong media. Sabi niya, sandali lang, may kausap ako. Parang ako, ay, hindi naman natin tao, bibigyan ako ng importance. Napakabait naman yung tao. And then, nung as days passes by po, syempre po, panay po ako, nalaman ko po na uuwi siya ng Pilipinas. Kinansel ko po lang ng araw ko last Thursday. From Clark to Green Hills po, sinundan ko siya. Tapos, sabi ko, Coach, sorry po, nalilita ako, pero gusto ko lang po na lang kayo makita. Yun lang po. So, imagine niyo po, kung hindi po talaga siya impacting sa akin po, hindi po ako magta-travel from Clark, papunta po doon or dito. Tapos, the moment po, ang pinaka nakaka-inlove po talaga na part, hindi lang siya coach. Friend ko na rin po siya. To the point na tinanong ko po siya, pwede ko na po kayo tawagin tita. Pero, syempre po, profession-wise, parang sabi ko nga, sobrang malaki nang natulong sa akin itong taong ko. Hindi siya yung pera-pera lang, hindi siya yung, uy, meron akong class. Yung parang di ko kapag-session.
Inner circle.
Meron siya inner circle. So one of the authors po is also disabled, which I am also following with. I'm also reading his book, that's Sheldon. So nung nagkita-kita po kami, si Coach Cynthia, nandito yung favorite author ko. So parang na-realize ko na, effective pala. I mean, talagang ito yung purpose niya. Kasi, ang sabi ko nga, what is the purpose of this person? Ang purpose ba niya? Siyempre po, di ba, magtatanong kayo, ano pa talagang agenda nitong taong ko? So, nung naka-one-on-one na po niya ako, at nung kapag chikahan na po kami for 6 hours sa videos, doon ko na po napagtanta na, kasi po talagang mababaw lang po yung luha ko. Every time po nakausap ko siya, talagang umiiyak po ako.
Actually, you haven't told us, yung pina-check mo siya, what did you find?
So, pina-check ko po siya. Sorry, pina-check ko po pala siya. Pina-check ko po siya, ni-stalk ko po siya. Sabi ko, teka, parang meron kaming familiar person na friend with each other. Tapos po, nung pina-check ko po siya, sabi ko, can you please start to check if this person is a real life coach? Kasi baka mamaya mas-scam ko. Tapos po, nung pina-check ko na po siya, yes ma'am, legit po siya. Yun lang po yung sinagot sa akin. Kasi my aunt is also in Virginia, somewhere in Texas. So, para po ako naging talagang, and then some of my friends, yun nga po, when I really joined the inner circle po, tapos yung check ko po yung comments, legit si coach. Sabi ko, pero po talaga honestly po, kahit po talaga may bayad yung masterclass niya, hindi po siya after the money. Imagine niyo po, nagpapakuch ako ng bagay. Tapos, as in, madaling araw, minsan nakagising, kausap ko na siya. Para sabi ko, dahil po na nakita kami, talagang nahihiya ko na po na, I really like to thank you so much. I really like to thank you so much to, kasi, it's not with your sessions with me, siguro po wala ko hindi ko po. Promise po.
Mhm.
Sobrang.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Tapos.
Maraming pong salamat sa nag-participate. Ma'am,
Tapos na. Sige. Ano na? Sige.
Alright. Naku, pagkatapos ng mga napakaraming katanungan ngayon, naku talaga namang, we have a lot to be thankful for that we have someone like the author, Cynthia, in our
our lives to inspire us, to guide us,
Thank
and
you.
to show us perhaps a better way to transform ourselves into better human beings, not only for ourselves, but for the other people in our lives as well. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Meron po kami konting bigay
Ay.
in Cynthia.
Oh, thank you. Thank
you.
Tony, come.
Oh my.
Wait,
Hi.
DJ and Jackie.
Hello.
we're so
Hi.
happy to have with us the district governor nominee.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, sir.
I'm interfering with your work.
No.
No. You're a
My classmate.
No worry.
Please, join us.
Siyempre, dito lahat ng mga magaganda eh.
Okay.
Okay. Sige.
Yes. We have a certificate also.
Oh, may certificate pa.
Ayan o, bago natin buksan, ayan, basahin mo muna yung nakasulat.
Oh my.
Dear Cynthia, we hope you can feel all the pride and happiness as you launch your new book. Sincere
Thank you.
congratulations on your accomplishments, your RCPE family.
I thank you.
Right. Good.
Dadalhin ko. Ay. Oh. Nakusan mo. Thank you so much. I'm really honored to be part of the Rotary Club Pasay EDSA, and thank you, Maur, for inviting me. And it widened my service, not only as a life coach, not only to Fairfax County, but also here, because kahit malayo ako sa Pilipinas, I know I can still make a way to serve. And ayun. Thank you. Thank you, CP Army. Ha? Ay, wag mo na. Okay.
I'd like to welcome pala our batch president, Chestnut Adaya.
Yes, Chestnut. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, PLT Ton.
And may I turn over the mic to our charter president, Arlene Benitez, to give closing remarks for this wonderful event this afternoon.
Ang bango.
Promise you, this is going to be free. But before I'm going to do the closing, I think this is really a perfect time really to launch it.
Nakakabigay ka. Meron na. Walang room. Kahit man lang. Kahit man lang, hindi ka nakakabigay. Thank you. Ay, sige.
For one simple reason that
Mr.
there
Katirama.
will be humanity or human race without women. Jesus Christ was born
Sandali.
through Mary. I think this is what
Dito na lang.
women
I will write.
is really significant in this world. Mary and humanity. I would just like to say that.
900.
Of course, palakpakan po natin ang ating mga kapatid. Thank you.
Ay, oo. Sige.
When I was reading the
I will
book of Cynthia
call
last
you
night,
as Pepe na ha.
it was very easy to read. Simple, but not simplistic. For simplicity, really is the embodiment of the heart that truly cares. The heart that speaks of the truth, nothing but the truth. The heart that takes delight in courage, not despair. The heart that cries when we are in pain, but also joys its laughter when we are happy. The heart that seeks greatness in humility. I think this is the core of the story of Cynthia. This is a story from darkness to light. But along the way, I could just imagine the struggles. But the most important thing is not the struggles, because these struggles
have embraced Cynthia to lead her to a better destination that God has prepared for her. It's not a struggle, but the destiny, the place where God has prepared for us. I think that's the state of happiness for us.
Really appreciate. Kaya, thank you. Sandali po ako.
You know,
Sandali. Sandali.
what I thought of Cynthia mentioned here, just this morning I was talking to clients, to Raymond and next week, I was being invited to talk about fear of glory.
100.
Brother Raymond, Dr. Raymond,
Ito na. Yan. Thank you so much. Ayan, yan. Pwede mo.
sabi ko, ayaw ko sa iyo.
Paki-forward mo sa akin na
Ako sa asawa
wala
ko,
ako. Sa
bakit ka mo dahil when you have the fear of the Lord, there's nothing to be afraid of.
My first boss. Ayan.
When you have this fear of the Lord and fear of your wife, you cannot help but really do what is best for your family.
Ano naman?
I think that's our role as men in the family. As they say,
Thank you.
you know, the
Thank
women
you.
in the house,
Thank you. Please.
the commander-in-chief, we have always the last say.
Oo nga pala. No?
And we say,
Lalagay ko yan dyan.
so Cynthia, sorry ko bang ibitahan si Cynthia?
Sandali.
Cynthia is an inspiration. And I think your story has inspired a lot of people.
Thank
Your
you.
story, your book is a gift
Thank you.
to us. Palakpakan po natin.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I think this is what Rotary is all about, being embraced by that purpose.
Yes.
Because after all, we exist. We have a role to play in this world of ours. I think in the case of Cynthia, she wants to use her story to empower people. Sharing that story is sharing that light that really guides people to the right path.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, we are all, journeyers in this world.
Yes.
Journey into becoming, I think this is the title of the book. You cannot help but really notice the word journey, power. Cynthia in her journey, she was not alone. There were people, good or bad. But those people have transformed Cynthia into become a better person she is right now.
Yes.
Let's be grateful for that.
Yes.
And of course, becoming. You will notice the word come. Coming, partner? Come. In other words, let's come to terms to ourselves. It's only being honest and come to terms and keep that integrity to oneself that we would be able to really share the light to other people. I think this is what Cynthia is doing. And remember, one last word, this is my final note. When I was in the seminary, I was being sent to Bangkok to study Oriental philosophy. And then my guru asked me, Brother Armin, for your final exam, can you tell us when can you say that darkness is gone and daylight has just begun? Being a philosophy student, I was so proud of myself and think from the cerebral point of view. My teacher, very easy. I can only say with all certainty, beyond reasonable doubt, that darkness is gone and daylight has just begun. When I claim 101% that tree that we are seeing right now outside of this building is a mango tree and it cannot be otherwise. Maliwanag na po. Kitang-kita na. My teacher told me, you think you are smart, but you failed me, you disappoint me with your answer. I want you to listen in the inside, in your journey, and see in the inside the meaning of that person. I want you to look inside. Now, of course, kung babalik ako sa seminaryo at medyo failure tayo doon, Cynthia, no? I think we were not manifesting our dream, as you were saying.
It was not.
So the next day, I was with my teacher monk, and I said, okay, teacher, I have an answer already. I can only claim with certainty, beyond reasonable doubt, and say that that tree, the darkness is gone, and daylight has just begun. When we see a person in front of us, over to my right, over to my left, behind, if we see the face of God, that is a dream. And if you are being embraced by that dream, you cannot but serve, do action, and make a difference in the lives of people. I think this is what this book is all about. We journey together, good or bad, but we are being led by God to the right path, the right destiny, and the right life, the right promise to be with Him in the end. Alam mo yun, mga kapatid, lagi ko itong suot kasi ito'y regalo. Every time we experience struggles in life, somebody died for us. Why mourn? Why be sad? Manifest. And that's the best way to honor this person who died on the cross. It reminds us that He already give you your dream, you just have to discover it and embrace by it. I think in essence, this is what Cynthia is trying to tell us and impart us in this book. As I've said, simple but not simplistic, because it has wisdom on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, CP Armin. Wow, very deep. Thank you. Thank you. It was CP Armin who really inspired me also to be here, and then really believed in me that I have that potential of becoming a Rotarian and be of service to all. Thank you, CP Armin. A great mentor. Thank you. Okay, next.
Thank you very much, So now, the books are available for reservation. Tatanong tayo dito later. I go to author to sit down here and sign the books for you.
Okay, Angie. Oh, sige, thank you. Hindi ka pa kumain. Oh, thank you. Yan, magkano ito?
Sign the books.
Bahalang mamaya na tayo.
By the way, Past President Wala, gusto ko rin iimbitahan yung mga classmates ni Celia just to take a look at Rotary and what Rotary is doing to the world. And if you're so interested, maybe you can join the Rotary Club. Not necessarily the Rotary Club Pasay EDSA, but of course, we will be happy to see you with us on board with our club. Maraming salamat po.
Nandun pa rin.
Already, aside from Cynthia, we have Dr. Bong Santos Guevara, who is also a Rotarian of the Pasay EDSA, and then Dr. Marcel Sanchez, who is also
Ngayon mo lang narinig yung sorry.
so it's not just here in the Philippines. So we're open to members flying. So
Nagulat ako si Marin. Si Marin, nag-travel din.
I have Cynthia tuloy eh. Naka-Cynthia na. I have to leave na. Pero
Ay, hindi ka nakakain muna?
hindi na. Eh, balik-bayan pa akong kapatid na naghihintay. Ito yung si Minnie sent it to us. But would you kindly sign na lang for...
Nasaan ba yun?
Ito partin. Get another book kasi para for sharing yata yun.
Saan? Ah, sige.
How much is the book?
900.
Siyempre,
Ay, thank you ha. Okay, thank you. Pasig ko. Hindi ka man lang sa ano, kumain.
Hindi na. Ay,
Ay, sorry.
susundin ako na ako po galing sa...
Okay ba yung ano?
Ha?
Okay ba yung... Ha? Hindi ko na ano. Ayan. Sige.
Okay.
Kamusta? Ay, meron kang change. Ano, TLP, Tony? May change.
How much lang?
900.
You can address it to Kulas sister. Kasi Kulas
Ano? To my...
Kulas sister. Kasi for sharing yata yan.
Ah.
Si Minnie yung nagpadala niyan.
Si
Just ako na lang for
I
me.
did request ni Madam. Lima.
Kulas Sisters?
Kasi para i-share na lang kung sino mo may gusto.
The buffet table is open, so you can partake in your merienda after getting your book and having it signed. Thank you.
Thanks for coming and sharing.
Okay ba?